Good morning, Belgrade. Sunny day, supposedly warmer weather today. That's what we are expecting. We're also expecting it to get really hot for the next weekend curfew. Woohoo! I hope you guys are doing alright after a week of isolation. I got a little bit bored, so I went out on my balcony. Go away, bus. Thank you. I came out on the balcony and I sang a few tunes, and I really hope I didn't disturb the neighbors. So, today's COVID news. 284 COVID cases in Serbia, new, that is. We're approaching 2,000. It's a total of 1,908 cases at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. That's still not high, which is good. Probably because of the measures taken on the curfew and stuff. To you people who don't appreciate curfew, who don't, I mean, I'm not talking about Serbians here now, I'm talking about people who go, oh my god, what kind of a dictator country are you living in? Well, I just said living in, not staying at. Well, anyways, it doesn't, scary as it may sound, it doesn't take long until you are used to it. I mean, what's the point of protesting? Just do it and let's be done with this, you know? Apparently a few European countries are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as they see it. Hey, okay, we can, you know, start opening up for a normal life now. And that's not really very feasible. For one, here, for instance, I'm annoyed with the way that the media presents each case and how the government is presented in the media for each case. I don't think the government is stupid here in this case. I don't think they put out restrictions today because everybody went out yesterday. Because today's COVID cases didn't come from yesterday. They came, you know, they were contaminated a week ago. So today's curfew, the result of today's curfew will perhaps show itself next weekend or a week and a half after this, not tomorrow, you know. And media has a tendency to present this as if, you know, oh, yesterday people went out and now today people are sick. Come on. Or maybe that's just the English news, which is kind of clumsily written. And why not? Who speaks English here? Except for me. And if I stay here long enough, then, you know, learn Serbian, right? The first thing I get, however, when I write News Serbia on Google, the first thing I get is a national interest. Serbia's new rocket launchers are meant to put NATO in its place. Who writes this shit? Seriously? Oh my god, that is such unprofessional journalism. And sure enough, when I went in to see what is this, it's, you know, cited, they're citing Sputnik News, which is a troll agency of Russia. It's not a news agency, and they do a lot of aggression and a lot of fake news, propaganda bullshit. That is, you know, go in and read about stuff. It is so ridiculous. You would wonder who the hell buys into this. But apparently people do, because obviously if somebody writes this about Serbia before I know anything about Serbia, I am more likely to believe it than, you know, if they write about Finnish aggression towards Russia. The hell? To Finnish people, that's like...
What's up?
Media, what can you say? Propaganda is amazing. Now, Russia has sent a lot of medical aid, supplies and doctors to Serbia to tackle this COVID-19 thing, which is great. Of course, nothing is free with them. Спасибо за это. Ничего бесплатно, да? С вами ничего никогда не бесплатно. I hope this works out for Serbia. I really do. This Big Brother thing, it does honestly worry me, because, well, they also have another brother. They had another brother. They didn't treat that brother very well. And I hope you never meet that fate, even if you would resist them if their demands get too high suddenly. Because I know that you would resist. Serbians don't seem to have a tendency to lay down and die, or just sit down and take it, which I like. I think that's like a I think there are certain Slavic tribes, I'm gonna go ahead and call it tribes, that are very rebellious in a healthy way. And I like that. It shows a will to live and a love for life. Funny thing, this propaganda. I'm sure Ukrainians know a lot about this. I'll tell you a story about back in the day. To all of you people who know what a Molotov cocktail is, good for you. If you don't, go vege. Perhaps you even know that the name is invented by Finnish. The Molotov cocktail itself is not invented by Finnish, it's invented by Spaniards. Now, if you don't know who Molotov was, luckily the bastard's dead, go vege. During the illegal bombings of Finland in 1939, Molotov started this propaganda campaign for Russians, saying that the airstrikes and the bombs the planes dropped were actually bread baskets for their hungry Finnish brothers. As the Finns responded with saying, "Here's a drink to go with your bread."
How is your motivation going into the weekend? Stronger than ever?
No different.
Why on your behalf, was it the natural choice to do another year?
Why not?
Today I'll be walking out in the sunshine alone, because you can only be 2 people at tops unless you're a family. Those are the restrictions of the country as it is. Gatherings of 10 people are allowed for funerals. But other than that, we're pretty meininki on aika suomalainen, which works for me. Let me round off with some proper propaganda before going out in the sun to my special places in Belgrade. So, curfew time. Today, being outside, I have to say people do take this seriously. They are staying away from each other. Real social distancing, very Finnish. My flight got cancelled. Surprise. So I booked a new flight for May. I'm gonna be staying here for a while, people. I was offered a flight to tomorrow to Paris, but then I'd be stuck in Paris instead. So I said thank you, but no thank you. It's no use if you get a flight that gets into somewhere in the EU, just because the EU, because I mean we don't even travel between Finland and Sweden. So how would I be traveling from Paris on to Stockholm? That's just it. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day with some sparkling wine and strawberries. It's that time, people. This weekend is going to be the Protestant, I don't know if it's a Catholic, but at least the Protestant Easter. I hear the Easter in Orthodox, the Orthodox Easter is one weekend after that, so I'll do 2 Easters this year. Well, that's fine, because I like chocolate.